reign supreme tonight. It's the Vikings and the Broncos on Sunday.
Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Denver Broncos. And hello again. Without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings. And this is what every one of these guys waits for. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a man who took that huge jump everyone had hoped for in year 2, one of the game's brightest young stars, and that's Trevor Lawrence.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger, throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards on the gain, a great start for this offense. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action with Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number 1 overall offense in the league.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
Exit 3rd and 4.
Here's Lawrence. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Patrick. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On the handoff, McLaughlin. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. The give is to McLaughlin. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Lawrence will throw. He'll get this one to Patrick. They just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. So whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
Now Lawrence to throw on 2nd down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground, because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense, because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them out, a player who turned a memorable debut into now a 6-year NFL career out of Southern Miss, Nick Mullins.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that, and they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle. From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down at 7. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up second down. A give up the middle to Akers. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll set up a throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Whenever I see an in route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and we get a backhand. What was the serve? What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
A really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole
bit.
I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas, right?
Yeah, a little tired, and if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting up.
Fighting through, he's got space. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Adam Troutman, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. And look at this defense for the Vikings. Now, they've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
They've tried all season long to fix all the things that they need to in the running game, and they have been successful so far. I'm wondering if this is a time to just sell out. Make sure you have 8 in the box every time and bring a 9th and sometimes even a 10th to try and stop them from running the ball.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 36 yards on the play.
That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is, his ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Completes it to Powell. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 49-yard line.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. The Vikings at 2-8 now in the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. They'll go again here with Akers. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They'll drop to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
The kick by Joseph is good, and they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading 1st half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Here's McLaughlin. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Lawrence. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Here's a 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Lawrence. That's to the rookie, Marvin Mims. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. 6-3 is our score after one. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. He completes this to Sutton. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
He's one of the bigger receivers in the game, CD, and his size that time certainly helped against double coverage. Yeah, you're still at a little bit of a disadvantage when you're going against multiple defenders when they're trying to double you and sometimes triple you. But you're exactly right. With his build, he could minimize that disadvantage, and he more than held his own and hauled that one in right there.
On this one, it may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Marcus Davenport brought him down, the UTSA product. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's complete to Troutman, right side. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Well, the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient at picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up. McLaughlin, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Vikings now heading onto the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw here. To the sideline and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Back deep for Denver, the rookie Marvin Mims. Fielded at about the 28. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Well, the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
On second down, here's Lawrence. That's into the hands of McLaughlin. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run. It's McLaughlin. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Lawrence's throw taken in here by Patrick. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. It makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
A carry from McLaughlin. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And after that play, we've got an injury, and it appears to be to Cortland Sutton. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. P-Ryan going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over to Chalk. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on second and goal here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Adam Troutman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos had taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's up and good to extend the lead to 13-6. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. A touchdown would tie it. They trail 13-6 as they come up with a 1st and 10. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On the ground, here's McLaughlin. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Will go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Up the middle they go. It's McLaughlin. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The kick by Lutz is good. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football, and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. This is caught by Addison. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They'll get 34 yards there.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Akers. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on the lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A huge play there for Denver. 42 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. It's a throw again is Lawrence. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that will extend their lead even further. Or maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Jordan Addison back out now as the Vikings offense set to take possession. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
We'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. Now this one complete on the slant route. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll look to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Baron Browning, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And now off to the races down the right side. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
They'll get this out to his running back, P-Rod. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was the visiting Bengals who were able to come away with the road victory. Joe Burrow, strong in the win, as his guys run their record to 8-2 with the W. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Deshaun Watson, strong in the win, as his guys run their record to 8-2 with the W. Finally, on Monday Night Football, one of the games of the year, the Super Bowl rematch, Eagles, Chiefs, Arrowhead, 7:15 Central Time. In the first half, we saw a strong outing from Trevor Lawrence. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
2nd and 11. This one's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. The drive starts with a handoff to Pirine. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now a stoppage as Samaje Pirine appears to have been shaken up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. They go play action with Lawrence. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 3rd down, McLaughlin. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
104 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 31.
Now Lawrence
shoves him aside. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. A great play there. 26 yards.
And the Broncos are able to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Lutz with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Throw caught there by Osborne.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
To the left side and intercepted.
Picked off by Jason Verrett. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown.
Marvin Mims
41 yards.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far. That's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
Powering his way forward.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So the football going back to the Vikings offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. 20! Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. They'll go Madison up the middle. Oh, a good move at the 5. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one. There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings.
A 3-yard touchdown pass.
And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak, on top so far with the football here, first and 10.
Now Lawrence.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Lawrence. They'll set up the screen. It's McLaughlin.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be Vikings ball, first and 10. Jordan Addison in the offense out for another drive.
Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that, because it has been pretty good. but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Vikings.
On play action, they'll throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line.
First down, Minnesota.
They'll look to throw again.
They'll find Osborne here.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Back to throw again. His throw incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
A give, running right is Akers.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. They'll drop to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
So they look like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Joseph for the Vikings field goal.
Joseph's got it.
And that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. So his third field goal of the ballgame brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Denver's offense ready to go again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
There he goes, right side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 39 yards there, a big one.
So this play, until recently, only something you probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break up big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver. They go play action now. Lawrence. A quick throw there is incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
On first down, it's McLaughlin. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Jaleel McLaughlin, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Well, they ran the toss, trusting he had the speed to get to the edge, and he did.
And there really wasn't any doubt about that because the scouting report told you this guy could flat out run. When you give him a little bit of space and a chance to get there, he usually does.
Lutz with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On second down, this is Madison. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. And the Vikings first down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Well, this is where the mile-high air really starts to affect an opposing offense. Guys moving him.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Aaron Browning
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want.
And now off to the races, down the right side.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A big pickup of 38.
And they've been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
On the handoff, McLaughlin.
Well, the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays.
And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Incomplete. He was covered by Patrick Surtain.
Back to throw.
This is caught by Addison.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down. Looking to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on fourth down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
See how they respond now.
154 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. On first down, Lawrence. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
On third down, Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
Up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
First down, Minnesota.
They go play action here on first down.
That's caught downfield by Addison.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Complete to Addison on the out route. And the Vikings are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
K.J. Osborne
From 4 yards out.
And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field.
And it's starting to look like that 3-game losing streak is going to be a thing of the past here. Coming up first and 10 in the fourth quarter.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Second and 7.
The give is to McLaughlin.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 21, here's 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw. Open is Powell, that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
First down, Vikings.
They'll set up a throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Osborne. That's the #2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be #2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be #1.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. They'll look to throw again.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He was covered by Patrick Surtain.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Denver's offense now set to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
The 36-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's McLaughlin. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And out now come the Vikings.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll run on 1st down. McLaughlin, and brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Brandon, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, isn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Broncos, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. Thanks for tuning in.